personally, I crowd like okay, you guys. And I just wanted to give a couple of points here. You can interact with me in English or in Telugu. Whatever language that you prefer. Okay? If you really want to interact with me in Telugu, that's fine with me. I don't have any problem. If you want to speak in English, that's fine too. So just before I continue, let me give you a brief introduction about what I have done in the last 30 years. In 1982, I went to the United States to pursue my master's in computer science. At that point in time, computer science is not available in all the universities. It was limited only to the IITs. So I went there and got my master's in computer science and finished that in 1984. And okay, after that, I've been working in different companies, General Motors, Ford, okay, Honeywell. There are so many, and I even worked for US Army. Education, when I went 30 years ago, I can compare the education system in India with whatever was available in US. And things have not changed much in US, but a lot of things have changed in India. At that point in time, the resources in India were very limited because they are not available. For example, if you really want to go to the library and get a book, if the book is not available, you need to wait for a couple of days before the person who has borrowed needs to return that. But in US, the resources are available. Okay, they are really abundant. You can go to the library 24/7. They are open almost 24 hours. Okay, and you can interact with the professors, and they are so nice, they are so knowledgeable, and they also know that students, if they come from India, they have certain kind of problems, especially the accent problem, because I had a 6 months problem, okay? For 6 months, I really struggled to understand how the US English, okay, is compared to the British English. And we are used to the British English in India, and their accent is totally different. But the professors are really, really good. They really understand, okay, and they give the helping hand for any student who really is serious about finding a solution for a problem. So with that in mind, the computer science, actually, the subject was at that point in time, it was slowly, okay, getting popular in the United States. When I went there was a heavy shortage for programmers, 17 to 18%, okay, jobs are vacant because the people are not available. So they are encouraging students from all over the world to come over to the United States to pursue the master's or okay, the PhD program, and then okay, they were giving the jobs. And the immigration point is also very, very different at that point in time. Soon after I joined the job, within 6 months, I got immigration. Now, you have to wait at least 6 to 8 years before you can get the immigration. So a lot of things have changed, okay, since 1984, I should say. But the problem are, okay, that most of the students, I'll tackle this in two things. Let me tackle this as a student. For example, if you really want to go to the United States to pursue your master's or higher education like PhD program or anything like that one, of course you all know that you need to write the TOEFL, GRE, and get admission in the schools. Getting admission is one aspect, and getting the financial aid is the other aspect. Some of you may have real good financial backing, so you can get the funds from here to the United States and you can study. But once you get in there, you really understand how the education system is totally different from what you are used to in India. Okay, there is no bureaucracy there. It is up to you. You can take any number of credits for any given semester. Okay, and some people, they even finish the education within 1 year, 1 semester, rather than just waiting for 2 years for a master's program. That means it's up to you. If you want to take extra courses in a given semester, and if you think that you can handle them, yeah, the university says, yeah, go ahead and take as many courses as you can, so that you can finish the degree much sooner. But here we have a stipulation, it has to be 2 years. That's what I know. I don't know whether things have changed anything since I left this country long ago. So after finishing the education, the country, actually the Immigration and Naturalization Service, okay, now they are calling that the Homeland Security also, there is a different name that they have given. They will give you 1 year of practical training visa. In that 1 year, they encourage you to work anywhere in the United States. But let's say that you join a job, And after completing the 1 year, and if you have any idea of staying there, then you can change the visa from student visa to the H1 visa. And then you can continue the job, depending on, provided you find a sponsor to, sponsor your immigration change. Once you join the job, then it is up to you how long you want to stay in there, and if the company, within 6 to 8 years, you can get your immigration. This is about, the process that is involved in the education. Now, coming to the work culture is totally different from what it is here in India. But now, most of the companies, what we are doing is we are supporting the countries like US, Australia, Europe, and all other countries. Does anybody have any idea what BRIC countries are? What is BRIC? You might have heard about the word BRIC. Brazil, Russia, India, and China. Okay. These 4 countries are identified as the outsourcing countries for US, Europe, and Australia. Okay. The reason is because they realize that we have really good potential in these 4 countries. And I would say, of all these 4 countries, I give a lot more emphasis to India. Not that because I am from India. No. The reason is here we have really good talent. The talent is amazing. I'll give you one example. My boss has 5 employees, under him, and out of the 5 employees, there is 1 person who has come from Africa, and the remaining 4 are from India. And out of the 4, 1 is from Punjab, the remaining 3 are from Andhra Pradesh. Just imagine what kind of percentage is really playing the role. No matter where you go, and you will be surprised to see that in the office, they speak in Telugu, and sometimes it is really annoying for these Americans to understand what is that. Why is it they have to speak in their mother tongue? Why can't they speak speak in English? Because I know that most of the people who come from India, they feel at home by speaking their mother tongue. But Andhra Pradesh in particular has a lot of potential in software. And one reason is we are really hardworking people. We don't merely work for 8 hours, we work for 15 hours, 16 hours a day, and even weekends. That is one of the biggest assets with the people coming from India. And there is a vast difference of what they call as the quality among Indians versus non-Indians. That means if you work, let's take a small project. If it is scheduled to be completed in 3 weeks, an Indian can get it done in a week. That includes design, development, unit testing, and user acceptance testing, and putting into production. He can do it so fast because his brain works so fast. The other people, it's not that I'm not trying to put it down or anything like that one. They also do it, but they do it at a slower pace. But at the same time, there are other problems that we have. The biggest problem that I see with the Indians is the communication skills. Our communication skills really are very, very poor. The reason for that is we don't have proper training in English, that's one thing. And we really do not know how to communicate properly, not only orally, but creating good documents, and we are not really good at that one. This is where I strongly urge all of you to concentrate, to develop your communication skills. It's very, very, very important, and once you develop these skills, communication skills, then you are going to be, I know technically you are very good, but if you have to present a paper, if you really do not know how to communicate, how is that you are going to make your point very clear to the audience? You cannot really make them understand. You may, I know that you know the subject, but you need to really express that. So communication skills are very, very, very important. So please keep that in mind, both orally and written. You have to have both the skills. The other thing is hard work. I mean, that is one big asset with all the Indians. We are really hardworking people. I mean, I just want to give you one example. Last year I came to India and I left India on May 31st and I reported work on 1st of June. And the last more than a year I did not take even 1 day off because I really there are a lot of projects going on, and I really don't want to waste my vacation. And I was working Saturdays and Sundays also. Okay, because the management there, that is where we make a really big difference with the average American. The average American, they work 40 hours, and after the 40 hours are over, okay, then he really wants to go back, and he wants to go for fishing or go for hiking, and he wants to enjoy his life. But 99% of the Indians, they really do not have any other activities like this one. They don't have any problem working. And not only that, they are really career oriented, and once they do a good job, they can get immigration, they can really settle in life, and they can lay a very good foundation for the next generation. That's exactly how the attitude of the Indians. And with this one, I'll stop, and I just want to see if you have any questions. Meeku Telugulo adagachu nannu, English lo adagachu, ఏ భాషలో అయినా సరే, అంటే ఈ రెండు భాషల్లో దేంట్లోనే అడగండి, నేను మీకు సమాధానం చెప్పడానికి ప్రయత్నిస్తాను. It is advisable that you work at least a couple of years in US. The reason is, for example, the way that I am working, I am getting the work done by a lot of Indians in Chennai and Bangalore. The problem that I see is, if you really do not have hands-on experience in US, then you really don't understand the working culture there and what is that they are really expecting. As a technical person, you may be really good, but as a person who is meeting the needs of the US requirement, you need to have that kind of experience. So it is always advisable to work at least 2 to 3 years in US. Then, with that experience, it is really going to be a big asset for you to find a job in India. Because in the resume, when you prepare that one, if you say that you have at least 2 to 3 years of experience, the companies like Infosys or any of the big companies, IBM, then hey, this guy worked in US for 2-3 years, he really knows. So you have a preference basically. So it's always advisable to work for 2 to 3 years, at least 2 to 3 years. Okay. తెలుగు వాళ్ళకి ఎందుకు అవుతున్నాయి అంటే తెలుగు వాళ్ళకి అది ఇండియన్స్ కూడా అవుతుంటాయి కానీ ఎందుకు అవుతున్నాయి ఆ ఫ్రెండ్లో నేను ఐ జస్ట్ వాంటెడ్ టు బ్రింగ్ ఎ కపుల్ ఆఫ్ థింగ్స్ ఓకే టు యువర్ అటెన్షన్. ఇప్పుడు ఇక్కడి నుంచి చదువుకోవడానికి అమెరికా వచ్చి చదువుకోవడానికి కానీ ఉద్యోగం చేయడం కానీ వచ్చినటువంటి వాళ్ళకి ఏమవుతుందంటే అక్కడికి రాగానే చాలా డబ్బులు సంపాదిస్తారు వాడు, అండ్ అక్కడ ఎక్స్పెన్సెస్ కూడా చాలా తక్కువ, ఇక్కడలాగా ఉండదు. ఇట్స్ వెరీ వెరీ లెస్ ఎక్స్పెన్సెస్ అన్నమాట. చేతులు పోయినంత డబ్బులు ఉంటాయి. ఈ డబ్బులు ఉండడంతో ఏంటంటే వాళ్ళు ముఖ్యంగా ఫ్రైడే ఈవినింగ్ దగ్గర నుంచి సండే నైట్ దాకా ఫ్రెండ్స్ తోటి తాగడం, రోడ్ల మీద కార్లలో డ్రైవ్ చేయడం, డ్రైవ్ కూడని సమయాల్లో, అండ్ ఆల్కహాల్ కంటెంట్ బ్లడ్లో ఉండవలసిన లిమిట్ కంటే ఎక్కువగా ఉండడం వల్ల యాక్సిడెంట్లో ఇన్వాల్వ్ అవ్వడం, దానివల్ల ఈ ప్రమాదానికి లోనవ్వడం. మీరు ఏ పేపర్ అయినా చూడండి, ఆ ప్రమాదమైనటువంటి యాక్సిడెంట్ టైం చూస్తే మనకి ఇట్ ఇస్ బిట్వీన్ నైట్ 10 o'clock and morning 4 o'clock. You are not supposed to, especially if you take alcohol, you should not be on the roads. This is something people simply ignore. This is a very bad thing. And you keep hearing about these organizations, TANA, ATA, Telugu Association of North America, and American Telugu Association. These organizations, we try to help the people coming from Andhra Pradesh, but there is a limit. We cannot do everything. If we tell you guys not to do certain things, you are not supposed to do that. If you take alcohol, don't go onto the roads. Just stay in the apartment. And not only that, taking alcohol beyond a limit is very, very dangerous. Don't even do that one. There are so many cases that I know. If I keep telling, then I will be spending 5 to 6 hours just narrating all the incidents that I know. So that is one thing that you need to be aware of. That means people who come from India to United States, they need to be extra cautious about how they want to spend their time when they are not in the office. This is the most important aspect. There are places, nice places, you go and see the place, and don't sit behind the wheel, especially when you are drunk. This is the most important aspect. And I strongly urge, I hope you are paying attention to what I am saying. You really do not understand the importance of these things until you see or you involved, by the time it is too late. So, ఉద్యోగమే కాకుండా అక్కడ బతకడానికి ఉండేటువంటి ఇబ్బందులు కొన్ని ఇబ్బందులు ఉంటాయి. ముఖ్యంగా చెప్పాలంటే ఇప్పుడు మీరు మొట్టమొదటిసారి అమెరికా వస్తున్నారు అనుకుందాం, మీకు తెలిసిన వాళ్ళు ఎవరో ఉండే ఉంటారు. ఇప్పుడు మేము 30 ఏళ్ల కిందట వెళ్ళినప్పుడు అంత ఎక్కువ మంది ఉండేవారు కాదు. కానీ ఇప్పుడు చాలా మంది ఉన్నారు. మీరు న్యూయార్క్లో దిగండి, లేకపోతే షికాగోలో దిగండి, వాషింగ్టన్ డీసీలో దిగండి, ఎక్కడ దిగినా సరే ఎవరో వస్తారు, మీరు పిక్ చేసుకుంటారు, లేదంటే అక్కడ దిగిన వెంటనే ఏదో క్యాబ్ తీసుకుని ఇక్కడ రమ్మంటారు, అవన్నీ బాగానే ఉన్నాయి. కానీ వచ్చి అపార్ట్మెంట్లో ఉన్న తర్వాత వర్క్ 1 or 2 weeks చేసిన తర్వాత యూ జస్ట్ వాంట్ టు ఎక్స్ప్లోర్. ఆ ఎక్స్ప్లోర్ చేయడంలో ఇక్కడ చాలా పొరపాట్లు జరుగుతుంటాయి. అదే కాకుండా కొన్ని వెళ్ళకూడని స్థలాలకు వెళ్ళడం అలాంటివన్నీ జరుగుతుంటాయి. అలాంటివి మనకు దయచేసి చేయదు. ఇట్ ఇస్ నాట్ వర్క్. మీ మీద తల్లిదండ్రులు ఎంతో ఆశలు పెట్టుకున్న నుండి మిమ్మల్ని అమెరికా పంపిస్తే చూసారా మా వాడు అమెరికా వెళ్ళాడు అక్కడ ఉన్నాడు అనుకున్న వాళ్ళకి మీకు ఏదైనా జరిగితే కనుక వాడు తట్టుకోవడం చాలా కష్టం. కాబట్టి ప్లీజ్ కీప్ దట్ ఇన్ మైండ్, వెదర్ ఇట్ ఈస్ ఫర్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ఆర్ ఫర్ జాబ్. ఓకే, ప్లీజ్ listen to me and pay attention and implement that one if you have to come to the United States. Recession.
Is it because Obama is trying to restrict Indians from coming to America, or is it that really American economy is weak?
Yes, the American economy is really bad, very bad. There are so many factors for that one. The biggest factor for that one is the housing balloon that got burst in 2002-2003 time, because after 1929, after the Great Depression, the country actually sees a recession once every 8 years. It's like a cycle. 8 years or so you get a recession. But the recession that we had in 2002-2003, it actually hit the technology, and then it did not hit the tech sector. It was hitting all other sectors, but in 2002-2003 it hit the tech sector, because technology sector lo ఉండేటువంటిది ఏంటంటే ఇది అన్ని సెక్టర్లని సపోర్ట్ చేసేటువంటిది. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ బ్యాంకింగ్ అంటే ఫైనాన్షియల్ సిస్టమ్స్ని సపోర్ట్ చేస్తుంది, హెల్త్ సిస్టమ్స్ని సపోర్ట్ చేస్తుంది, తర్వాత హౌసింగ్ సపోర్ట్ చేస్తుంది. సో ఇలాంటి సిస్టమ్స్ అన్నింటినీ సపోర్ట్ చేస్తుంటే ఈ సిస్టమ్స్ హెల్త్ సిస్టమ్ ఫెయిల్ అయింది అనుకుందాం, లేకపోతే హౌసింగ్ సిస్టమ్ బ్రేక్ అయింది అనుకుందాం. సో వాటిని సపోర్ట్ చేసే సిస్టమ్స్ అనే సాఫ్ట్వేర్ సిస్టమ్స్ అన్ని డల్ అయిపోతాయి. సో పీపుల్ దే ఆర్ నాట్ రెడీ టు ఇన్వెస్ట్ ఎనీ మోర్ మనీ ఫర్ ఎనీ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ డెవలప్మెంట్. ఓన్లీ ఎనీ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ సస్టైన్మెంట్ అంటే డైలీ మెయింటెనెన్స్ చూడడం కోసం వాళ్ళకి ఎంత మినిమం ఎంప్లాయీస్ కావాలో అంతమందిని పెట్టుకుంటారు. దానివల్ల ఏంటంటే అన్ఎంప్లాయ్మెంట్ రేట్ as of now it is 8.1. 8.1 is very high in the United States. Usually it is between 4 to 5. So this is not because of Obama policy, but because even before Obama got into the power, even Bush administration, they had the same problem.